Alright, it's another day. More attempts at speedrunning that will probably go horribly wrong. Let's see. I'm gonna try playing the trunk version, but let's see if I actually have set up my RC file for this. So looks like I should probably copy my RC file over from 18. We'll go back to Necromancer. And then hold on while I copy my RC file. Let's see if that works. Looks better. Alright, so we're starting as Necromancer here. Technically I should probably pick up that dagger, but I will be training unarmed shortly, so my macros have not copied over. I'm going to stick with the plan where I'm going to be relatively safe in the early game until I get down to layer, where I'll start trying to take a little bit more shortcuts. So I'm not too worried right now. If you can hear all of that racket, that's my cat jumping on my desk and knocking things around. Yeah, sure, we'll do some tomahawks. Shiny chainmail. Not strong enough to wear that yet, but if we get up to max piety with chi, there's a chance I might wear that. Necromancy's up to 5. There's the third stair. We'll train some spell casting and then we'll go into physical skills. This doesn't look good. Freezing Cloud is always tempting, but that would be very far off into the future. Jackal really did not want to die. There's a lot of scrolls we are finding. And this is not a complaint. More scrolls. Spellcasting's almost at 3. Dagger of Electrocution. What can I say? I will pick that up. And what's going on? Fighting for a brief period. I mean, normally I would go into unarmed now, but since I'm going to have the dagger for a little while, I will just use fighting as a replacement. Don't really want both of them here at the same time, but okay, there goes Jessica. We will stab with our fancy dagger. +3 leather armor. Look at me, I'm a fighter now. Got my melee weapon, got my armor. Kind of wonder about how viable keeping the dagger for the whole game would be. If I was going to do that, I'd probably go into dodging right now. Let's turn on dodging. Go for a little while. I can always come back into unarmed later. Okay, just take the hatch down. Did not get any sparks, so we're in a little bit of trouble now. We are wasting dozens of turns. I'm gonna go into unarmed. I know, I can't help it. Ouch. I should really be learning the rest of my spells. Especially since I'm still in pretty light armor. Another dagger of electrocution. Everybody's getting shocked around here. Alright, no temple on D4. This looks like that Nemlik's altar. Not really sure I want Prince Ribbon and an Ice Beast at the same time. Maybe we can take just the Ice Beast. Okay. We'll count that. We'll heal up a little bit. I have a Wand of Lightning. I could probably get a stab. Nope, no stab. Should really identify more of my items. Let's toss on regeneration. He's gonna teleport. Alright, well, we probably can take him, just some risk. There we go, we got a electricity proc. And I think we're gonna drop electricity. Unarmed is strong enough at this point. Alright, no altar on this floor either. There is the temple. Excellent. Alright, so now we can try and go a little bit faster. And there's the altar of the ally god. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the name of it. And that's the only. There's two new gods in Trunk, so this is Trunk just after the .18 tournament. So a very a very early version of .19. Alright, so we'll take these stairs down now that we found Chi. We don't want to spend too much time. Not really sure I like the idea of fighting both of these in a fair fight. But let's give it a shot. If we take out Devessa, we can try and anti-magic Dewan. Or we can just keep painting him live, blinks around, and doesn't actually fight. I mean, I'm fine with that too. Steam Dragon's gonna be a little bit tough if he gets a good ball of steam on us. Not really sure if I can actually run away from him at this point. Let's lean on Vampiric Draining. There we go. Now we have access to a Steam Dragon hide. Which might be worth using at some point. Usually I would prefer modeled, but Steam can be quite good too. Another white. We're pretty hurt, but I feel like we can take that. Let's turn on dodging because we do have cheese, so pretty soon we're gonna have a lot of dexterity. Let's skip down to 8. And now that we're on 8, we're gonna want to explore a little bit more fully because we might find the lair. I want to be very careful around bees because I cannot run from them or really much of anything at this point. And I do not have slouch yet. Wow, very nearly dead here. Of course, on a speed run, being very nearly dead is fairly normal. But I wasn't expecting a couple nulls on D8 of all places to do that. Shadow Imp has a new sprite. Those bees seem to be long gone. Here they are. Use some vampiric draining, but now I'm out of mana and in a lot of trouble, actually. I can try and find curing, but that's not really going to do much for me. Come on, random luck, yes. I hope I don't actually die to this poison. I need 3 mana in order to cast Regeneration. There we go. We can now cast Regeneration, but we miscast it. But it looks like my Regeneration is going to be stronger than the poison. We'll put on some boots. And that was close. Sticky Flame. I wonder how Sticky Flame interacts with Hydra Heads. Hopefully that would count as flaming. I had draining, just drained all my mana. Okay. Let's bite it and drain my mana back. I didn't know that Trog was okay with Eyes of Draining. Apparently Trog likes them. Minotaur Chaos Knight. It's probably wearing heavy armor and probably stronger than I am. Let's let him just walk away. Hopefully he didn't go this way. He did go this way. I'll take a little bit more of a look around, but chances are the lair is not here. Alright, let's go down. friendly. Is that a quokka? I think that was a quokka, right? Yep, friendly quokka appears out of thin air. Wonder where he came from. Alright, looks like we found the lair. I'm gonna throw on fighting for a little bit. Don't like this, but it's gonna be pretty hard for me to back up. I really should have identified scrolls at this point. That was a major mistake on my part. Let's back up one square, see how this goes. We can take him out, we can cast Regeneration, fight some of these bats. Hopefully if the yaks don't come too close together, there's a second yak in there. We should be okay. Alright, let's follow through on this threat to actually start identifying things. Because things like that teleportation scroll will be very handy when I'm in things that I can't just plow through. Probably shouldn't be hitting auto explore at this point. Let's actually walk directly to the lair. Alright, well, we can resist corrosion in case we come across slimes. Packs for rats, very good for developing piety. This is extremely dangerous, and I'm actually probably not going to make it out of here alive. So let's teleport. Well, I mean, I can save myself with blinking, but this is bad. I'm gonna want to start dumping in some skills to invocations. Rest a little bit, we'll throw on regeneration, hopefully. That'll cause my health to go up fast enough that I can just go in and get my mana back from punching things. Let's get rid of that poison. And we'll turn on dodging now. Protection from fire and cold, that's good. Ouch. Really was not expecting a dragon to just take me down right like that. He might be able to get away. I mean, he could very easily hit us before we teleport, but we got out. I could try switching on to the shiny chainmail. I haven't actually identified remove curse yet because I've been avoiding that stack of 6 scrolls, which is probably remove curse. Let's see, we'll cast regeneration and give this another shot. There we go. almost done with our piety, and we found a 6-headed Hydra. Not what I was looking for right now. Could take agility and go for it. It's risky, but we are attempting to take some risks here. We'll try and weaken them up, but that's not really doing very much. Alright, got away with it. Here's some nice fast monsters for the piety. We should probably dump a little bit more skill into regeneration. Do not have slouch yet, and that is a lot of monsters. That's back way up. Alright, now we have slouch, and it's only a 16% fail, so that's not too bad. I would like to avoid having to use it immediately after gaining it, as it is, of course, a lot of piety. But it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Did not quite pull those apart as much as I would have liked to have, but you know, that's the kick. That's just the way it goes. Alright, it is in fact +0. That is in fact remove curse. And I'm gonna go back to the leather armor. It's a little bit tough for Hydras, but it can be made to work. Alright, we're gonna go back into, actually first let's do charms and necromancy a little bit. We'll just do charms first. Alright, regeneration down to 10% fail. Should probably be casting that while I'm walking around. It's a dead end. We've already found all 3 downstairs. Wow, okay, I'm going to explore just a little bit more of the floor before going down. Ouch. Very ouch. And that's good for now. I'll throw on spellcasting for the mana. We'll increase, whoa, tabbing around the corner, and we found ourselves next to a 7-headed Hydra who is going to kill us. Okay. So that is terrible. We can still save ourselves, of course, but that's going to be our last scroll of blinking. And our last scroll of teleportation, which means that we're now in a pretty sorry condition. should something weird like this happen. Alright, we're gonna slouch these people. Which will take care of everything for us, but it'll also drop us back down to 3-star piety. Another scroll blinking, and I'm running towards it way too quickly. That's 7-headed. If this was like a 4-headed, I could probably take it, but I am really not comfortable with fighting this thing with 7 heads. Yeah. We'll blink out. If I can manage to come back up to this floor, we'll be able to get Scroll of Blinking back, but for now we're going down. Well, we've got regen, but nope, not regenning enough. Okay. So there was a couple misplays there, especially that last one. Using just directional keys to walk too quickly without actually using, a safe move command. And so I got surprised by hydras twice. Actually, the first one was also a hydra where I was tabbing, and then going around a corner I saw, that hydra when I was trying to go towards a porcupine. So both cases, just coming across hydras way too quickly and not treating them as the death machines that they are. Especially when I'm only in leather armor. I probably should have enchanted the boots, which is something I realized when I was fighting that second Hydra, and I could have enchanted my boots with my 2 enchant armor scrolls for an additional 2 armor, which, probably wouldn't have saved me, but it would give you decently better defenses against hydras. Armor is very effective against hydras, and evasion is certainly helpful, but not nearly as much. If I had both enchanted the boots and worn the chainmail, there's a decent chance that I would be able to melee hydras. Of course, it's still always a risk. I'll take that net. Teleport trap. Alright, there's still one more downstairs that has not been found, and there it is. The second helmet, I already have a helmet. That's one downstairs. That's two downstairs. Downstairs, kind of an awkward grammatical phrase. Two downstairs. Three downstairs. Sounds like I'm just saying there's people downstairs from me. How many people are downstairs? Punching a centaur with 0 unarmed combat skill. Let's get some unarmed combat skill. All right, and here's a phantom that I can't do very much about. I wonder how hard it would be to cast Control Undead in general. Obviously, I'm not set up for it, but do other necromancers use Control Undead on phantoms? Who knows? Certainly not me, because I punch things. Robin. Okay, well, I can take Robin's entourage most likely. Especially if we find a nice little corner here. Okay, let's try. Hey. My cat just stood on the lower brightness button and my screen went pretty dark, but we're back now. So let's see, if we cast Vampiric Draining, we should be able to kill the guy behind me, but she's just gonna keep tossing more people behind me. So let's kill her. And then hopefully the guy behind me. And now I can walk back until hopefully that all those mites disappear. I prefer my enemy goblins to not have might. And then we're pretty good to go. Now I probably don't have any loot from her that I care about, unless her helmet is enchanted, but it looks like it's not. Alright, so this is D4, so we're going to keep looking around and try and find the altar. Did not find the altar, but we did find the phantom again. I'm sort of a little bit stronger, but I still don't want to run into phantoms. Harmful clay. Unfortunately, that does not include statue form. Looks like a whole bunch of nothing right here. Enchantments has deflect missiles, but that's not really a priority. Salamander hide armor, that's not bad. That ring, the ring of Zudutuan? That's not the button I meant to press. Apparently there's a button that just turns on everything in your shop list. But no, that ring at the bottom. Probably one of the best rings I've ever seen. Not like super the best, but you know, pretty darn good. Needs some slang and some armor on there, but you know, whatever. Scroll of Identify, I could buy that now. There's a second one, but let's not bother. Ooh, haste, that's a good one to find. Wrong scroll, and I read teleportation by accident. But that's okay, we'll just teleport. And I'm feeling like it's not around here, so let's go down. I need that priest to get in here. I'm getting hit with too much poison. I actually don't have curing identified, but I do have it, so there it is. Can you not paint the invisible targets? I guess not. Let's pull the invis thing up the stairs. We're still hasted, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab Edmund. Forget that this floor is, the staircase is completely surrounded. Alright, that's a little better. He isn't too dangerous, but I don't want to be trapped up against the wall with him. Robe, I mean, it would help me cast regeneration. And if it is +2, it wouldn't be that much of a loss. And it's just magic resistance. Okay, looks like there's no additional altars, and there's sometimes that vault has 2 or 3 altars, but not this time. Alright, so that's a halberd. Yeah, enchanted halberd, no less. It's probably more than enough to kill us, so let's get out of there and try again somewhere else. Have not yet found remove curse, so I will not try the ring mail on just yet. Oh, book. Let's go get the book. Summoning. Is this the altar? The temple, not, the place with the altars, the temple. Yes, it is. Alright, so we have found it. They conveniently put Chibros right by the entrance for us. We'll turn on dodging. Regeneration ahead. 61% fail. Let's use a corner here and pull these guys around it. Looks like the priest is not going to follow. Looks like that was a that's the new god altar, not necessarily the faded altar. That might explain why there was a faded altar in the temple, where I don't think they spawn, but I could be wrong. This priest will not die. I'm in some trouble here. I could teleport away, I could try a throwing net. Let's be a little bit crazy and try the throwing net. That didn't work. We'll do the teleporting. Did not survive to make it to the teleport. Well, thank you, throwing net, for nothing. Terrible throwing net. Trying to play this one a little bit more monk style, and it seems to not be going terribly well. Okay. How about this? Since I'm in the mood for a little bit more of a monk style, how would I actually create a monk? Crazy idea, but it might just work. Taking up all my turns. There's a lot of good stuff here. Ring mail. And perhaps most importantly, secondary armor. There is still a third stair down, but I'm going to just take that one. Sigmund, that is a problem. More adders. They are doing considerably well against me. Okay, I feel ready to go down. We can get off this floor before we find another encounter with Sigmund. Where did the wizard go? There he is. He slowed us down, but we're still gonna punch him. And we should turn on auto pickup because there's a lot of stuff here. Poison resistance. Always helpful. I'm gonna wait a little while, but I will try and get into shields if I can survive long enough. There were the cure needles and I did not pick them up. That was a mistake, but in the interest of pretending I'm speedrunning, I'm not gonna run back up there. So there's all of our stairs down, but let's see if there's a temple around here. Too confused. Well, that's not very nice. No temple on 4. Almost dead to an ogre, and he takes us out. Alright. That was my second buckler. Well, I should have definitely had those cure needles, and we died to pay for our sins. I wonder if maybe, just for fun, I'll try an enchanter background. Go around stabbing things. I'll probably get sick of it, but every now and then, Enchanter's a fun background to play. It can be pretty rough until you get to level 2, but there we are. Now we can learn hibernation. It's still 17% fail, but we can certainly use that. I'm not actually going to have enough mana to put all of these people to sleep. Really just having no success with encircled hibernation yet, but there's one at least. There we go. Alright, put a little bit of skill into short blades and stealth to up the stabbing. Now that we have a little bit of encircled hibernation, down to 12% fail, it should be higher. Let's put a little bit more into axes. Alright, that's enough of D1. Memorize Confuse. Confused is good for anything that resists cold, and you can't use encircled hibernation on them. Also has a higher spell power cap, so you can get more power with it once you have enough skill to have hit the spell power cap for hibernation, which I am still not really anywhere near. For anyone who hasn't really played Stabbers very much, basically encircled hibernation puts people to sleep. It has a pretty decent chance to fail early on, but it can become pretty reliable once you get a little further. And most things in the early dungeon have little to no resistance to it. You want to hibernate things directly in melee range if they are not too threatening to have in melee range. Things that are a little more dangerous, like an ogre, you might want to sleep one tile away from you, but you have to be careful because if they wake up, you can't put them back to sleep for a while. So with a worm, I'm not too worried about getting hit one shot. I'm going to let it come all the way into melee range, although it would be nice if I was at more than half health. Only have a 50% chance to defeat this guy's magic resistance. Very sad story. Let's see if we can drain. God, that took a long time. Alright, we'll regenerate a little bit before going back down to those jackals. I suppose I could throw on ice magic as well, but probably just do spellcasting for the mana, as well as, you know, Circle Hibernation being dual schools. Spellcasting is a decent amount of spell power compared to trying to train both schools. I'm probably not going to really use ice magic for very much else, so cannot put the adder to sleep. Let's get some mana, try it again. Nope, still failing. There we go, finally. He was already half dead by that point. Let's bring some more gnolls up. A whip of electrocution, wow. I mean, I could carry that around as a melee weapon for things I can't stab, but probably really don't want to be going back down this staircase, but we're going to try and keep our turn count low. That hurt a lot. But we are a Vine Stalker, so we're okay for now. Let's not go down the unexplored hallway. This is also technically unexplored, but it's mostly explored, except of course for that teleport trap. Alright. I already have gloves. Of course you're gonna smite me, you're probably gonna smite me again and again. But thankfully you went to sleep on the first try. Which actually, with only 42% chance of sleeping him, that was pretty lucky. Alright, that's not working at all. This is pretty bad. There we go. Alright, so there should still be one more orc down here. Two more orcs. That's alright. Come on, restore some mana. Well, we could not restore mana, but it did regenerate naturally. There's a ghost here. I don't like that. Some good old stabs just because they never noticed me. Always nice to have free stabs, but it is always a mistake to rely on them. You want all of your ghosts to be set up by, you manually disabling the monster. You cannot rely on stealth alone. I just did not want to go to sleep. It's been a long time since I played an enchanter, but I remember my sleep percentages as being slightly better than this. I'm fighting a lot of monsters where I only have a 50% chance of putting them to sleep, which is a little bit scary. I mean, obviously I could focus more on hexes and ice magic. Let's focus hexes and ice magic for just a little while. Alright, so he is going to be completely immune. But he is not immune to confuse, which I should probably set up as my B spell. Oops. Come on. There we go. Took a while. Confuse is not quite as clean as a sleeping stab, but you'll get it eventually. I do have a cloak already. Let's back these guys up a little. A blowgun with no needles. Okay. So because I'm trying to save turns here, I have to say I'm really noticing the lack of mana regeneration. Chasing things down with like only 2 or 4 mana gives me a lot fewer chances to put things to sleep. I think they're immune to confused effects, right? No, they can be confused too. Okay. So I've got 2 confused monsters, but they're wandering around and they are not staying next to me, unfortunately. Alright, we'll go back into short blades and spellcasting. That's a short sword of draining. We could use that as a melee weapon. Could be very dangerous. 50% chance. Seems like everything has a 50% chance. I mean, I suppose that's okay. 50% chance on the Orc Warrior. You know what? I'm gonna try starting him at 1 tile away. Oof. Not enough stabbing damage to kill him in 1 hit. We'll take the short sword draining. %60 chance to fail. 60% chance to succeed, and I failed 3 times. Come on. Go to sleep. Thank you for not eating my scroll. And speaking of scrolls, we will identify things because that's the correct thing to do. Have a lot of identify this game. Alright, now I could be wrong, but if my understanding of stabbing is correct, then I really don't care about the enchantment on my dagger terribly much. So I'll enchant what is currently my melee weapon. And I'm going to drop the whip. I'd rather have the short sword, since I have skill in short swords. Now phantoms are immune to circle hibernation and pretty resistant to confuse, but we can cast it 3 times and hopefully we get it. There we go. Phantom down, let's get out of here. Woke up. Dagger of Protection. Is that the one? That's the one that I had already encircled. And so he's now immune to it. Right? I want the one without the dagger. Not going so well. Let's switch to melee. We should be able to get another sleep on him now. There we go. Oh, that was the one that we hadn't slept before. So, do I want a dagger of protection? Don't really see it being all that useful. It's not enough damage for me to melee with it, and if I'm stabbing things, then they're being stabbed and they're dying. It might be higher enchanted than this dagger though, so I mean, I suppose I should have at least checked the enchantment on it. Like if it's a +2 dagger, then I have nothing to lose. Let's go get it. Alright, so it's not +1, but I don't think that matters terribly much. Chi altar that I can't reach. You can blink over a scroll that, right? Yeah. Okay. That's a pretty high cost for finding Chi. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. 52% chance. Alright, we got lucky. We have, oops, have to reassign the letters of my things. Okay, that centaur zombie is going to be a major problem because I can't really run away from him, and I don't have the health to fight him in a fair fight. Potion of Might could be a pretty good solution. Let's give that a shot. As long as we don't take too many hits right away. Took a pretty nasty one, but fortunately that was it. I'm gonna learn to dance. It'll be good for warriors. And then let's turn off spellcasting and do some fighting and dodging. Held, that's a problem. I was hoping he would be asleep for a little bit longer than that, but that's okay. I don't think I want to be fighting those gnolls, so let's find a different way. I can take them if they come at me slowly. Alright, so he sees me, but hopefully they'll come right around that corner and fall asleep. Alright, so this one was the only one not stupid enough to come around that corner, but we got him. Alright, so a short sword is minimum delay at 12, and the dagger is 10. So I'm not going to need very much more. I could really use some mana. Could really use some mana now. I'll try Might. Oh, got away with it with Might. That is scary as hell. Let's do some resting on the stairs so that we can go up in case we have to go up immediately. Shiny scale mill could be very handy. Once again, of strength that it won't hurt our spellcasting too badly. So lately I've been kind of lazy and not really switching to my dagger for stabs. The short sword is pretty decent at stabbing, but the dagger will do a lot more damage against things that have high health where you really need to stab for as much as possible. You're going to want to use the dagger. But most of these things around here don't have enough health that a short sword can't stab it in one go. Alright, we're going to duck down the stairs here, and then we're going to find that layer is absolutely swamped with monsters, and that's probably going to be the end of this character. I have not yet identified teleport, and I don't really see any way of me getting out of this. I can just try reading a random scroll while it's recharging, and now we're dead. So that stir was a terrible decision. I do like doing the stabbing route. I'm going to abandon it for now, but I might come back to doing more stabbers. They are pretty cool. Do I want an assassin start? I haven't really ever done much with assassin, but it's a good background. Let's give it a shot. Does that mean that I start with short blades? Yeah, it does mean I start with short blades. I don't want to actually start with short blades though. Well, you do get a +2 dagger. That's pretty handy. Did not realize that it was a +2 dagger on this background. Just tabbing our way through. Training unarmed because as much as +2 dagger is cool for the early game, I assume I'm not sticking with a dagger for very long. Ooh, a stab. Free stab. The stealth score is actually pretty good. Mech lab. Let's not and say we did, okay? Just tell everyone that we went with the demon god. Let's switch to unarmed. Note of Rage. We're a berserker now. Here we go. I went from assassin to monk to berserker. But even berserkers have trouble with poison. Potion of beneficial mutation. We are resistant to fire and dead. One day. I'm gonna go ahead and do a sling hunter. I do have a little bit of a soft spot for slings. Usually I use them in combination with difficult starts. Vine Stalker is not really a very difficult to start, but I just kind of feeling the hunter mood. I do want to get unarmed up to 1, just so that I can use it without getting warned about it. I'll maybe take it to like 2 or 3. There's another sling. Glowing robe. It's probably cursed, but we'll just carry it for now. There's the stones I'm looking for. We'll go back into training slings. Oops, meant to switch to my stone ammo. I want to conserve these sling bullets. Although now we have 40 of them, so that's a big help. Hat. I'm gonna skip D2. Gonna go sling bullets here. I don't want to die to another frost bolt. Looks like I'm going to. He's almost dead, and now he's invisible. Well, we got lucky and managed to hit him even though he was invisible, so that's very nice. Cold resistance, and then I think I even have a Ring of Fire just in case we need to swap that. Well, this is very dangerous, but we get lucky. Cloak I don't have yet. I was correct, it is cursed. Purgy. This is pretty dangerous, but I think we might have a decent chance. How was my chance of slowing him? 61, that's not bad. No, we're just not getting this. Okay. Well, this is gonna hurt my turn count. should really be back on stones for this. Don't want to waste too much turns chasing down my sling ammo, so I'm gonna go a little bit more melee. This looks like it could be an altar of some kind. Okay, the altar's on the other side. Where did this guy go? There he is. Alright, that was dangerous. Do not like invisible things. We'll put on our sling for this guy. Is he wearing armor? Like that? Yeah. No armor, he was just tough to bring down. I'm gonna want to get off this floor fairly soon. I wanted to see what was in that. Looks like it's gonna be a forest, probably fit us. Nope, Evelyn. Okay. Oh, and it's gonna have what's his face? The opposite Evelyn on the other side. It's the Yin Yang altar. It's the Yin Yang vault. It's got, I think it's you're right. However you pronounce that. The undead guy is considered her opposite. This could be dangerous. Don't really have a good choke point found yet. Let's go down here. Yeah, that looked like a corridor, and I was right. Ouch. Took a chance on hitting him one more time, and very nearly lost. Alright, we've got identify. How about both of them? Normally you would probably want to identify potions a little bit more than scrolls, but I don't know, Vine Stalker I tend to favor identifying scrolls more. This is not going well. There's simply too much around me now. I'm gonna have trouble even just taking down this hound. Alright, I probably should not stay there for the whole fight against the Hound. I should teleport, and then I should find out that my teleportation landed me like 2 squares away. That's just terrible. Absolutely nonsense. Alright. I kind of like this whole get some variation with the backgrounds thing, so I'm going to try a fighter next. Still with unarmed. But, you know, we get to start with the shield. We feel cool. We feel defensive. Not really the ideal background, but like I said, we're just going to play around with different backgrounds. I do like shields. Okay, that's an actual faded altar, not the one of the new god. Chainmail. I'm already wearing a scout mail. I am a fighter. They're sticking a lot of altars on this one. I've not found the third staircase down, but it's probably just over in that upper left corner, and not anything I need to find. All right, well, we tapped too much, and then there was a priest in the back of the group. So let's see if we can break line of sight. And somehow or another we managed to actually do that. Which means that we might actually have a chance here. Gonna want to be at full health before we try this guy. He's got a vampiric hand axe. Well, we're probably screwed. Yeah, we're pretty screwed. All right. Might have helped a little bit there, but really just coming across a priest that early on is always dangerous. And it doesn't help when they have a vampiric axe either. Aside from the might potion, our offense is pretty limited early on, with the shield slowing us down a little. Alright, we found all of the staircases down. Why don't we just go? There's one stair. We can go all the way up to plate. Well, if there's any background to do it on, it's definitely fighter. So we're going pretty much all in on defense here. I wonder if they have upped HEPs, right? Is it HEP, H-A-P? Yeah, okay, we're gonna call him HEP. I wonder if they've upped Hep's spawn rate in Trunk just because he's a new god. Because I have been finding that repeatedly. Gonna try and get unarmed up to like maybe 5.5 or so, and then I'm gonna train a little bit more shields just to try and remove some of the shield penalties that I'm currently dealing with. Book of the Sky. That's enough of that for. Let's go find Chiberdos and the temple. Alright, 5.7, we'll turn on shields. Artifact quarterstaff. Always interesting, but no thanks. Do not want to fight that ghost. I've been getting a lot of this TST, guys. Ghosts. A lot of enslavement. I don't see it was a... Sewer is on this level. Do not appear to have a scroll of magic mapping unless it's that very last one. But the slow resting is nearby, so that's probably going to be easy to find. All right, the rest is down. We need anti-magic, please. There we go, anti-magic, and he's... Now let's find where this nearby sewer is. Shame that we don't have a god yet. The sewer is always a good source of, you know, extra piety. Ooh, this might be the one that has Purgy in it. Which, I know I do have 11 AC right now, but I still would rather not fight Purgy. Yep. Alright, well, we can do it with the Potion of Might, I'm pretty sure. So here goes our Potion of Might. Now he's in water, but I think he's still considered large, even though he is a scrawny troll. So he doesn't get the water penalties. Alright, now I've got another dangerous fight. Can you enslave the dead? Yes, you can. Let's get Blork surrounded. Go fight. I didn't actually kill it. I don't like all these halberds. And they're still not there. Come on. Get next to me. Halberd of freezing. Ouch. Alright, my fangs are a little bit better. That's helping out with my offensive skill. We finally have some secondary armor, which is nice because I have a scroll of enchant armor, which this time I'm going to actually remember to read immediately, rather than carrying it around while I'm dying to hydras. So now if we can find Cheetos, we're in pretty good shape. Flail of protection, just in case 13 AC is not enough for the 5th floor. But I do think that 13 AC is enough. There we go, Cheetos. One of the bigger temple vaults. Let's go straight down to D6. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on, I want him to go up a little bit faster than it is. Really, I'm at the problem with fighters where, like, you need the shield skill and you need the armor skill. It means that I'm training a lot of skills for a melee character compared to a monk. You know, I need the additional shield and I need the additional armor skill. That being said, I have a lot of armor and my attack is pretty decent, so I should have the time to actually train these skills. Normally, a fighter, you could skip dodging for some time, but since I'm going to be with Chi and I have soon to be 30 dexterity, ouch, this guy is really hitting through my my armor. Probably should have been a little bit more cautious. I still have a decent chance of pulling it off. He's almost dead, but I am also almost dead. I'm going to go with a Scroll of Fear and just start this over again. Okay, there we go. Confused. But once the warrior is gone, there's no real risk of being killed by just a wizard with 13 AC. Killer bees do not have resist poison, so this is going to be dicey. Alright, managed to pull it off, and that is a lot of piety. guess 9 unarmed is enough for now. Let's try some fighting, armor, and dodging. So basically just gonna throw on all the defenses. Not really fond of fighting Menk. If I wait for him to come around the corner and I slow him, I probably have a decent chance. He opens the door, moved in. I guess I must hit rest too many times there. It's not working. All right, let's just go with punching. Let's pit some monsters against each other. Poor hound. This guy again. I mean, I can try fear again. I should probably identify some potions. Let's go with teleport. I'm gonna reset this. Let's identify some of these potions. Agility, that's a good one to know. Cursed ring. Alright, let's find remove curse. Nope, that's blinking. And a terrible scroll to waste. Did not notice I had a larger stack at the top, so we wasted blinking. Is this the same one? Probably the same one. He's got the enchanted short sword. And this time he goes down smoothly. Alright, our evasion's coming back up. Let's go on down and start looking for the lair. Gloves, that's good. I really probably should be taking more risks in terms of eating flesh. There we go. Got magic resistance. I'm gonna call that good and not eat the rest of that. I mean, that should give me pretty good magic resistance for the whole game, assuming that I'm able to maintain that mutation. Gashnak, let's get him around the corner. Yeah, I don't have any more might. This is dangerous. But there we go, everything levels up and we get a hat. Now we have way more magic resistance. That's probably enough of the resistances for now, defenses for now. Let's go back into unarmed and shields. Protection from cold. Alright, we're starting to actually get pretty damn strong for the depth that we are at. Let's go up around. Take him down. Okay, yes, that's actually all of the staircases have been found, and I'm not near any of them, so we're gonna have to take quite a walk to go back. Well, that's a lot of electricity. So my options are to spend 1 or 2 turns here and try and pull up the adder with me, or to just get the hell out. And get the hell out is much safer. Unfortunately, it's going to cost quite a bit of turns, but not much I can do about that. So we're going to turn off shields for a little bit and work on invocations. I'm getting pretty close to having slouch. And he won't. Okay, there we go. Now he comes in that final step, but now I've taken so much damage that this Wyvern has a pretty good chance of killing me. Not really safe to be dealing with these electric eels. As much as I want them dead, surprisingly they want the same thing for me. Okay. We have Slouch online, and we're starting to get some invocations. Don't really have anything that can take them down from ranged. Can try slaving them, but that's not going to do that much. Some people have joined the Twitch chat. I'm gonna go ahead and just skip the electric eels and hope that the layer is not on that floor. So hopefully we can still find the layer somewhere down on 10 or 11. And if not, then we're gonna have to deal with going back up. So we found this guy again. I might actually be tempted to try and kill him, if not for the fact that he's got a swarm behind him. But it's going to be a really long walk back to stairs, so we're going to teleport. Alright, so here's some of his entourage. Looks like I'm probably not going to be able to kill him. We'll teleport again. That's making this floor start to look like a floor that I also don't really want to be on. Which is a problem when you've got, floors that just start, you start getting a lot of floors that you don't want to be on. You don't really have a place to go. And all I really want is the layer. I'm going to try 11. See if we find the layer here, but there's a decent chance I'm gonna have to backtrack at this point. We might have just gotten lucky. Let's pull these guys back. I'm gonna have to slouch these guys. Which is not a very high success rate. But come on, that was like 4 failures on a 30% chance. Well, now it's down to 28, right? So there's that. Wraith. Alright, so there's the staircase to the layer. We got lucky with skipping those floors. Did not end up hurting us. We are slowed, so now it's probably a pretty good time to slouch everything. And only Josephine survives the double slouch. Unfortunately, my piety is also not really surviving. But some bees will help that. Where's the rest of the bees? Come on, bees. I could really use the piety right now. Alright, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and go down and hope that it's not as swamped as that last layer entrance. Found magic mapping. Alright, so the layer entrance is way, not the layer, the labyrinth entrance is way over on the other side, which when you're worshipping Chibiros can be difficult to get to. Let's use safe walk here. Poison resistance, that's going to be helpful. I'm probably going to have to slouch these guys. Yeah, this is dangerous. But one slouch softens them up enough. Do I have a plan for dealing with a Minotaur? I'd say I can probably just punch him. Especially with agility, I should be okay. Oof, that's gonna hurt quite a bit on those last 2 steps into the labyrinth. Hopefully he's gonna run out of javelins and just walk towards me. But we're gonna deal with that when we get out of the labyrinth. Alright, looks like we're pretty close to the center already. Although it might not be accessible from this side, but it looks like we're getting there. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Okay. So we can use agility if I need it. I don't really have much else in the way of buff potions. I'm out of might. But I think just agility will probably be plenty. I could even try it without agility, but I'm going to put on agility to be safe. And then we'll let him take the walk to us. Don't take that last step with Chi. And down he goes. Did manage to get one good hit on us, so that took about 40% or so of our life. But now we've got probably an armor upgrade. We got 4 books. That's a lot of books. Another wand of teleportation and an artifact ring. A little bit short on identification right now. But that's a good ring. +5 AC. I'm going to be very well armored for a very long time. And the Dex -3 really doesn't hurt us at all. So, that's great. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Unarmed combat is up to level 13 now. I could actually probably just take that off for the time being and finish off invocations. Let's try on our glowing plate armor. Alright, so that's got cold resistance, so now we can put on the poison resistance ring. And now we're resistant to just about everything. Have I not found a cloak at all? Nope. Alright, well now we're much better equipped to deal with these guys. Still gonna throw a slouch out there just for some safety. And we're gonna pick up javelins as our ranged option. Death Yaks. Well, that's not very nice. Fortunately, the whole I got 25 AC thing is pretty good. Pretty good. Faintly glowing halberd, that's probably a good weapon, but not for me. Oh, I am out of slouches entirely. Let's go ahead and try and get dodging high enough to have evasion again. Did that just go up? I thought it was at 7. Maybe I wasn't. Yeah, I was at 8. Okay. 6-headed Hydra. Here's a decent test. Let's still throw some javelins at it, because they can hurt quite a bit. Going to not dive too rapidly here, but I want to definitely take the 3rd staircase by the time I find it, so I don't get stuck wandering around the floor. Here's a whole bunch of piety. Now this would be pretty easy to slouch, but I'm going to kill it because I want to build up my piety so that I can slouch things that are actually genuinely dangerous. I was kind of hoping I would get to 5 stars. Maybe I still will. Here's a whole bunch more. Come on, 5-star piety. There we go. Just barely. Gotta keep coming. I'm gonna be a 6-star pretty soon. Well, we got an extra stat point out of it, but not quite 6 stars. Okay. We are pretty good at this point. Now we should start diving a little bit more aggressively. Up to 11 evasion, so we've gained 3 evasion points and like 1.5 skill levels of dodging. Another stat point. This looks like a snake vault. Let's get out of the water. It's a rather large snake vault. I should probably check what that rod is. Okay, it's a very good rod. Can use that to soften up hydras. Or anything else, really. And now we're at 6-star piety. And everything is going well. Have not yet found the 3rd staircase down. But we've covered just about the entire floor, so I'm gonna just duck out. Demon Trident. Do not like the sound of that. Three more death yaks. Let's back up a little. Fall through a shaft, aka saving some time. Let's continue this journey to the bottom of layer. Oh, cloak. I believe that's the last piece of armor I don't yet have. And I can't carry it. Drop some wands. Put on a +2 cloak. Almost at 30 armor now. I should probably identify at least one of those wands of teleportation so we can start using those. Because I don't want to waste charges on teleportation wands. They're very helpful. Alrighty. Pretty good on most skills. I should probably throw on shields a little bit more, try and finish that off. But honestly, it's high enough now that the penalties are pretty reasonable. And I'm not too worried about it. Let's split this group in half. Almost 15 unarmed, which is a really strong weapon for relative to the layer. And 14 evasion and shield block is pretty good. Adds up to the same value as my AC of 28. We're slowed. That's fun. Shields are up to 9. I'm pretty sure I'm at like max piety at this point. You can't see your exact piety value, it caps at 200, but with Tuberose, it does not decay over time. Tuberose is the god of time and is beyond caring about such things. So if you've been killing, 2 or 3 floors worth of monsters and you haven't used any abilities, you're pretty much certain to be at 200 piety. Which means that I can use Slouch a couple times and not have to worry about losing 6-star piety. We're entering sort of the easier portion of the game. So now I'm going to want to try and get through the next couple areas as quickly as possible. I am still going to do Orc. I'll dive Orc pretty quick. I want to try and find the shops. There are a number of things that I still want to get, such as statue form. I am still interested in going for that, since I'm going to be trying to do 15 runes. Cure there, I probably, if I was a better player, I'd be picking up Cure, but I'm not too worried about it right now. That looks like that's the end vault for layer 8. There wasn't all that much really useful stuff there. Sometimes there is another vault, but looks like that's probably going to be it for the layer. Alright, let's get out of here. Gonna have to actually explore the floors that we shafted through. Here's the swamp. So let's see, we have swamp and we actually don't know what the other thing is right now. So maybe I should explore around a little bit more until we find the other thing. Let's see if we can find what the other sub-branch is going to be. Looks like it's probably not on this floor. Ruined boots. Watch, there'll be speed. Yep, can't use those. Well, in good news, that means that the enchant armor scroll that I used on this was not wasted. Ooh, I will take that scroll. Alright, maybe on layer 4 we'll find the other layer sub-branch. Or maybe not. Alright, well, I'm gonna just get out of here. A volcano on this floor. That's pretty close, so maybe we can reach it. Nope. Yeah, so that was, we spent a lot of time off level since we fell through the shaft, so that is just gone. We did, however, find the spider entrance, so that's very good. So now we know that we have swamp and spider. I will leave that for when we come back to do it. If I was really doing an aggressive, like, good speed run, I would, you would run those branches right now and you wouldn't go do orc. But I'm gonna go do orc. I'm gonna be a little bit conservative because I'm not actually that good at speed running, really. Well, that ghost is a lot less threatening now. Wave of Frost. Do I want to use another magic mapping? Not really. Maybe. I'm probably just not going to be able to find it because it could be on a disconnected branch. Do I have CMVs? I do. Alright, let's not use magic mapping just yet. Distant melting archway. This looks like it might actually be the entire floor. I've got all 3 down staircases here. So yeah, it is. Exploding tomahawks, actually very harmless, especially with armor. I've got cold resistance, but I can double up on that. Double cold resistance. Now, pretty much the only thing in here that could possibly be harmful would be if it's got the ice fiend at the end. So let's just hope for no ice fiend. I would have a decent chance against an ice fiend, but it's still not safe. Gloves of cold resistance. I like the sound of that. That sounds like a great thing to me. So now I have maximum cold resistance. I don't think this is the one that has the ice fiend in it, so I should be okay. Max cold resistance is really coming in handy for all the standing in freezing clouds that I'm doing. Scythe of Curses and a quick blade of freezing. Alright, so nothing in here that we want. So let's just get on out of here as quickly as possible. Which means that since I have a wand of digging, we can just dig our way out. Although I should identify it first. Oh, you bastard. It's gonna require flight. Alright, well, we can just go out this way, I guess. Nope, this whole thing is disconnected. You can still save a few turns by going out here, but like that's just a shame. They're tricking me. Alright, that should be enough gold for now. There's the Elven Halls, which I will probably never enter. And here is the Orc Vault. Oh, it's got Saint Roca. That's nice. Wish I had another potion of might. Should probably start memorizing these spells. Let's slodge them. I've got plenty of piety after all. And I have a lot of magic resistance, so I can't get paralyzed. Jewelry boutique. No spell book shop, unfortunately. Don't need any weapons. Should probably stop using auto explore. That shop is a mimic. Don't need any of that. +2 ring of protection. I mean, really nothing here is useful. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. And we're gonna go back to the lair. And then we're gonna do, I guess they're both about the same. I'll do swamp first. Swamp's further down. Yeah, that's not a problem. So we're gonna go to swamp. When you try to save turns with chi, you can just drag monsters along. They'll come to you. Wait till they actually get into your melee range before you actually fight them. So I'm just gonna walk closer to my goal, not spend any time approaching monsters. Alright, so here's the swamp. Still pretty happy with my skill training. I might throw on a little bit of invocations at some point. But for now I'm gonna keep with the dodging and shields. And unarmed. Now I'm going to dive swamp as quickly as possible. Protection from fire, that's good. Not that there's going to be much fire in here, but we can balance out our resists. Don't think I need any remove curse, I've already got 7. Would be nice to be able to fly, but it looks like we can walk around that from the west side. So here's Roxanne. Orb of energy, that hurts. If I take another step, she's gonna get like 4 turns to beat me up. Only 3.2 turns. Okay, well, that's good. Let's start punching. And we're in a bit of trouble here, but not yet. Something I need to blink away from. And there we go. And she dropped her spell book. And now we have statue form. Okay. So let's figure out the spells we want. Gonna take statue form. Gonna take regeneration. That might actually be it. I could do deflect missiles. I could do stone arrow or iron shot. Vampiric draining would probably be a good idea. Yeah, so let's take vampiric draining for now. And then we'll drop some of these books. Deflect missiles, and let's see. Alright, so the only books I want to keep then are enchantments and Roxanne, so we'll drop the rest of these. And we'll go down. Oh, I should pick up the mirror. So now it's starting to look a little bit more like a speed run in that I'm actually skipping floors. Let's kill the shadow first. Alright, well that's not an improvement. Well, let's check out what the ring mail is. It's actually not that bad. We could use that when we're going to try and switch into using statue form, but it's not any better for now. Don't really need any more resist cold, and the +1 enchantment is pretty weak. Should probably turn off picking up gold at this point. I have a lot of it and it's just going to cost turns. Okay, so it's probably back this way. Where is the vault? Alright, took an extra step next to a thorn hunter. That's dangerous, but we seem to have gotten away with it. Alright, so it looks like we have not found the vault over there yet. Here it is. Good. Alright, so took an extra step and ended up in water, which I don't want, so I'm going to go back and then probably throw out a slouch. Yeah, I'm going to have to get out of here. I did not approach this very well at all. So that was my bad. Terribly sorry, folks. We're going to have to take another stab at that. Going in this way is probably going to have another entrance into the vault area. Yeah. Okay. Let's back up just a little bit. Fight on some solid ground so hydras don't get bonus speed. Am I not wearing poison resistance? I am not wearing poison resistance. Wow. That is a big mistake. Fortunately, I should be able to have fixed that in time, but I would have had a lot more health, and that would have been a lot safer had I noticed that beforehand. Alright, so you always have to be careful around water, and careful when you're walking as chi, and then when you do both of those things, it's really dangerous. And then I assumed that that monster would come into melee range with me, and then press tab, and he didn't, so I ended up walking into water, which is just really not my goal right now. As long as we avoid the water, we should be fine. I'm almost at a point where I'm happy with my physical skills and I can start training magic, but I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer. I'd like to get shield to 15, and really dodging should also be at 15. Probably want unarmed around 18 roughly. Can I, yeah, I have to go around this way. Can't actually get there from this side. Okay, so that's one route. With any luck, we will put an end to our rapid deaths. Let's check our turn count. Our turn count is at 12,000. So obviously this isn't going to be like any sort of record sorting run, but my goal is to beat 53,000, which is my current high score with Vine Stalkers. So if I can set a new personal best, then I would be very happy with that. And I think I can do so. Wrong key. It would be nice to find the third staircase, but as far as I know, that is the closest. Oops. That is the closest staircase, so we'll go to that one. Gotta fight. Yeah, fighting this guy in water is actually probably, you probably waste more turns fighting it in water than you do resting one turn waiting for it to come into melee range. Yeah, so right there I just lost 2 turns on unstable footing. Alright, so now we go back up. The spider's nest is on layer 3. Komodo dragon, we'll just let him come to us. Hell, I probably have enough defenses I can just drag him all the way across the floor at this point. Alright, now we're going to check once again that we still have our poison resistance on, which we do, so we're good to go. I don't have anything to really deal with orb spiders. Rod of Ignition could possibly do it, but I have no evocations. I could have learned Stone Arrow with a reasonable success rate, but I think I'm going to just try and, run past them. Took an extra step down there. Hopefully I don't have to fight too many of them. Obviously Slouch will take care of them, but costs Piety. There goes a whole bunch of spiders. Scroll blinking on our very brief visit to Spider Nest 2nd floor. I'm not going to be able to actually get through there. Alright. Well, we'll take a lot of digging. This looks like the end of that side, though. So we're going to go completely in the other direction. That's a ring of protection from fire. We don't need that. So that amulet I'm probably going to want to not wear identify. It could be faith or harm, and I can end up drained in more ways than one. Alright, I'm going to just slouch these guys because there's 2 of them. Unfortunately, it took 2 slouches, which I was hoping it would only take 1. I could train a little bit of throwing. What's the delay on javelins these days? 1.5? Okay. Let's try and step up my manual exploration and not use so many turns down here. So only 2 throwing, that actually worked pretty decently. Alright, so here's the vault, and there's some bees. Let's go kill some bees, because that's got loot and piety in it. My piety's probably not quite back to 200 yet, but it'll be close. And killing these guys will probably mean that I'm back at 200 now. Throwing skills up to 4. I'm going to actually avoid that gold. Don't want to waste the turns picking it up. I believe it would be counted as a separate turning. I'm actually not 100% sure of that, but I'm pretty sure. Alright, so this is going to get pretty dangerous in here. I'm going to wait for there to be a lot of spiders on the screen. And I'm going to drop a slouch on them. Let's kill that orb spider. Being watched by something. Alright, let's pull it back a little bit. And then kill it. As a Vine Stalker, I really don't appreciate having no mana. And also as a Chi worshipper. Chi abilities cost a lot of mana. And we do not want to be unable to use them. Alright, so we ran out of javelins and had to use a rod, which means that made a lot of noise. Which means that there should be a whole bunch of spiders charging forth any second now. So I only see one tarantula. And it seems like that's about it. Run right back. Is that all the monsters that are really here? I would expect a bunch more to have come, but it looks like maybe there are not as many things here as we thought there were. Put poison resistance back on. Gonna pick up all my javelins. Normally I wouldn't want to be going into this vault quite this quickly, but we are trying to save some turns here. Alright, so Emperor Scorpions still pose a significant threat. I might toss out a slouch here, but let's see how it goes. Alright, we don't need to. Now we're not at full health, but I'm still walking in. Gonna back up a little bit here though. I would like to be at full health. It's just, you know, not a luxury I have at this moment. Alright, we've got 2 orb spreads. I'm gonna wait a little second and see if we can get some more spiders to come. Alright, that's probably good enough. Let's kill the orb spiders now. Being watched by something again. So glad that I have a ring of see invisible. Ambrosia. Probably didn't need to take that last step to verify the wall is there. Alright, so here's the rune. That's now 2 runes. I'm not gonna worry about the ambrosia. I could just cut straight north there. I'm going to take the staircase that I came down because that's the one where I know where all of the connecting stairs are going to be. So we'll head up this way. It'll only add about 10 or so steps to go around that. That's not too bad. Maybe I should try the unknown stairs, but I think it's better. Like, most of these floors I got through pretty quickly, so I'll have a short walk out if I continue the same way. Alright, so next up is going to be vaults. 5-headed Hydra right next to us. Fortunately, that is not a problem at this point. Okay, so we want vault next. We have not found vault yet. Let's go down to D12. Vaults is only 13 and 14, I believe, so we just want to go straight down and And that's pretty damn lucky right there. Now vaults can be on this floor, so we're gonna look around. Let's identify some of these amulets. Magic regeneration I don't need. Fire I don't need. Food shop I'm pretty sure can't have anything useful at this point. Might even turn off remove curse, but for now I'll keep it on. Don't need ambrosia, don't need any more mutations, so I'll keep my mutations for now. No bodies to eat. And that centaur only gave me one corpse. Ruined gloves, probably not going to be better than resist cold gloves, so I'm going to just ignore them. Looks like this is going to be the vault. Yes. Alright, we are on to the vaults. That's a weapon boutique, which I don't need, but we'll kill the slime creatures. I'm going to actually turn off gold at this point. Bad auto explore, bad. Let's try the other amulet, plus 2 reflection, not bad, but take regeneration. Now here's the question, how badly do I want to dive through vaults? Maybe I should have just gone to depths. Yeah, you know what, how about I do depths first, and then I come back to vaults. Let's try that. Because I'm going to just go through vaults in one pass. I'm not going to just do 1 through 4. I want to try and start doing more efficient paths. Obviously, if you're really speedrunning, you just go straight down in all cases, and I have not done that. This looks like it's the depths entrance vault. Alright, so now we're in the depths and we're only level 17. We have less than 100 hit points. Fortunately, we have all of the resistances we need. It's a fire dragon mime. You know, I'm going to slouch just to soften up these groups. Ugly thing back. All right, yeah, this is pretty nasty, but we're doing okay. I'm gonna turn off unarmed combat for now. I really want to finish off shields. I can learn deflect missiles, but I don't have repel missiles, so that'll take a while to learn. Although I should be getting a lot of experience in here, being in the depths at only level 17. I'm gonna relatively fully clear these floors just because there's a lot of experience in here and I have skipped a lot. So I don't want to fall too far behind. I am not a pro at speedrunning. So that's most of that floor. We'll go down. Whoa, ouch. Okay, I should probably take this a little bit more slowly. I really didn't do much damage to nickel. I do at the very least have resistance, but that Yakatar is very dangerous. I'm gonna get out of here. Heal up, give it another shot. Probably Stair Dance him up. Let's take out the Stone Giant first. And now we have a pair of crude gloves. That could be good. It's +4, Dex +8. Not really stuff that I need since I'm already with Chi, but I think it's a little bit better than just the cold resistance. I already have cold resistance. That staircase is swamped. Speaking of already having cold resistance, these people are still beating the hell out of me, even though I still have it. Oops, did not mean to move. Shield is almost done. Let's throw on Charms, Necromancy, and Spellcasting. I could use some regeneration right about now. Really, you're all the way down there. I'm gonna put on See Invis because I really want that Vampire Mage dead as quickly as possible. Don't have enough magic. Yikes, this is bad. Fortunately, I drained some magic so I could do another Slouch. You want to use Slouch there, like when a monster is nearly dead. Slouch is a great way to guarantee that you hit them. Since it can't miss, I do have, well, now it's 2%, but I assume at the time it was probably a 1% chance of it failing. So regeneration's starting to come online, but the problem is I'm wearing a ridiculously heavy armor still, and so it's going to be hard to get casting going until I switch armors. That is a lot of poison. Alright, so I'm probably still wearing that See Invisible ring. I'm gonna go ahead and start slouching again. I got lethally poisoned now. I mean, I have curing potions, but I'm probably gonna need to do a step from time, which only serves to heighten how much I need to finish training my invocations a little higher. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck at this point because I really need to wear lighter armor, and I don't really have a good lighter armor. I mean, I can use the ring mail. There's a glowing leather armor way back behind us. But that's not really practical to go and get at this point. Oh, hey, let's not make the same mistake twice here. Let's put on poison resistance again. I'm missing 8 armor. Hopefully that repairs itself soonish. This could be really bad if they start duplicating ugly things. I'm gonna have to throw out some slouches. Which these guys surprisingly don't really take that much damage from slouch. Like that's like 4 or 5 slouches at this point. And it's just not enough. And there's a centaur over here. Wow. Okay. I can try fog, but I mean he's still gonna get shots on me. I mean, if I go right, he won't be able to use his ranged weapon, but I really don't have the time to fight him. Do not have the time for that at all. Let me try fear. I can still take orbs of energy, but chances are I'll be able to survive going up these stairs. Okay. That was unpleasant. I would not mind being considerably higher leveled at this point. I think that would be a nice thing. If we can kill the Rashaka, I might be able to get a fire dragon armor here. Fire dragon hide. Okay, we've got the hide. Do I have any enchant armor? No, I'm all out. Scroll of requirement. So armor is one option. I'm pretty good on jewelry. Don't need any books, really. Not that I'd be likely to get one that I want. Wand is probably still my best option. I'm going to go with wand. We're going to hope for a wand to heal wounds. And we got it. And we still have one identify left. Wait a second. I'm a vine stalker. I'm terribly stupid. I am terribly stupid. I'm a vine stalker. Never mind. I probably should have gone with armor. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. So I'm going to need a scroll of enchant armor to try and switch into fire dragon armor. There it is. That was fast. Okay, I'm going to switch into it immediately. So we're at 30 and 19. That gives us +4 evasion and -5 AC. because obviously we're losing the +3 enchantment on the fire dragon armor, and we're going to lose a little bit more evasion. Let me go back into our gloves of cold resistance rather than the int and the dex gloves. But all 8 of that dexterity was only worth 2 evasion because I have so much dexterity. We'll drop that, we don't need that. So now taking down a Lich at level 18. So now we've got tons of fire resistance that we don't really need, but I want the 5 AC on that ring, so that's okay. I could put on cold resistance instead of poison. Caustic Strike. Okay, wow, this is a really dangerous pack. I can try slouching him, but slouch has actually not really been that effective down here. That's 3, and I'm still facing a decent pack. Fortunately, I got the right Rashaka, so that guy went down pretty quick. There should be a scroll teleport back here, right? Thought I saw one, but I guess I picked it up. Another enchant armor, thank you very much. I need like 10 of those. So let's see, boots or the fire dragon armor. Probably the boots. I might switch armors at some point, but probably not. I'll probably stick with the fire dragon armor. So I will memorize deflect missiles. And I'm going to go ahead and memorize Iron Shot as well, and then I can drop all my books. Regeneration is now castable, so we're going to turn on Statue Form. So I can cast Regeneration. Let's be careful and not cast Statue Form. My impulse is to again slouch these people, but that's going to be interesting in terms of my piety, which is rapidly dwindling. Down to 3 stars now, wow. And I still can't kill this person, the Enchantress. I really need another slouch. Alright, let's teleport. And then we're going to have mano-a-mano fight with the wizard. But they are shouting and growling a lot. Holy cow, that's a lot of growling. Whatever it is, they don't seem to be able to open the door. Now let's go back in there. All right, free piety. Thank you. Thank you. I really need that piety. Oof. Down to 3 stars. I almost never run into that kind of piety problem on a normal run, but being as speedy as I've been trying to be, I am really not prepared to take on the Enchantress. We don't need potions of unification at this point. We never needed wands of heal wounds, despite what I thought. Could really use some potions of might though. Where are those? Where are all my potions of might? Alright, statue form still at 100%. Fail. It won't be for very long. That should come down pretty quick. But, no wizardry this game. Here's the Enchantress one-on-one. Quaff agility. Really not hitting her for much damage. Let's try Slouch. Okay, I have enough piety that I can do 2 slouches. But that's really hurting my piety. I've still never found a enchanted shield. There's an enchanted buckler, but chances are that's not going to be an improvement over a large shield. Maybe. Fairy Dragon Armor, that would make it easier for me to cast, but it's +0. Let's put on Detecting Viz. And hopefully we can kill this thing before I get corroded. Yeah, Shadow Dragon Breath is nasty. All right, let's be safe. Let's go Lincoln. Now I can either try regeneration and walk. Do I have any way to get resist negative? I don't think I do. I have no sources of that. I could try a Phantom Mirror. Buy me some time. Now, there's still a chance that I die going up these stairs. If he breathes on me, if he hits me, I could die. But I'm going to try going up the stairs. Alright. He breathes and he misses. So we got fortunate there. My evasion isn't really all that high at this point. 18 is not that impressive. Having no resist negative is really not a good thing. Let's move down to depths 3 and avoid the Shadow Dragon for now. Ouch. So all the haste and might over here. I'll slouch him, but now I can't even use slouch again. And that Iron Troll is still beefy enough to cause a lot of trouble. Ouch. Going up, I'm probably dead at this point. I can cast regeneration. 3 hit points. And I am out of blinking. 1 hit point. And we're dead. Alright, well this was the best speed run that I've done so far. Of my recent speed runs. I'm going to take a break after this. That was quite a challenge. I was only at 16,000 turns, had 2 runes, and had a pretty good run. Oh, looks like Purple Red is showing me up. A bunch of people have taken to doing Vine Stalker speedruns. See, these are the people that you should be watching right here. We should try and talk one of them into recording it. Man, they've been doing a lot of speedruns on this server lately. Alright, well, we got 2 runes that time, so let's not get too discouraged, but probably going to take a break for a little while, and we'll try this again some other time. Farewell.